Hey Guff Gang, and here we are with the second video in the series of all of my builds. This is the Elementalist, and we will start off by looking at the MTX. Let's just get into a place. There we go, that's better. So we have got the Ultimatum Helm, Insatiable Malice body armor, gloves and boots with scientist footprints, and the Insatiable Malice weapon effect, and no gem MTX. For the gear, we are running a Fireburst staff. So this is one I crafted myself. It took 3 shots. Sorry, I brought 3 of the essences. The first one was, it gave me Fireburst and nothing else. And then I brought another one, and that was okay, but this is a better than both of those. So this is the stuff we're using. By nowhere near is it good. It's okay. As you can see, the stats are okay. And the gems in the staff, it doesn't need to be linked because we're buffing the skill. So we've got Swift Affliction, Culling Strike, Burning Damage Support, Cruelty, Combustion, and Unbound Elements. In the helm, this empty space should be an Enlighten, which is why we've got very little free mana. We're running Anger, Determination, and Malevolence. In our gloves, we're running our Herald of Thunder, unlinked to our cast when damage taken setup. What's cool, Incrustation. And in our boots, we have Flame Dash, linked with Arcane Surge, Flame Surge, and Culling Strike. This should be a 2x2 link, but this way Flame Surge can also proc the Arcane Surge. Only level 1 Arcane Surge. I haven't bothered leveling up yet. I haven't done the mana cost calculation yet, so whatever. Other gear wise, we've got a armor, energy shield, helm, res and life. That it's not great. It should be. I haven't got my POB up at the moment. Let me just load that up, and I'll tell you what it should be. There we go. Yeah, it should be a prayer to count. I haven't figured out what best enchant to put on there, but this is the helm. We're going for an armor, energy shield build here, which is why we've also got the holy chainmail. That should be a saintly chainmail, but the one I needed 6 linked with the relevant res, required life, and then the open prefix for the life as energy shield. It was out of my price range, and this is where we held our divine ire set up. So we've got divine ire, swift affliction, unbound ailments, efficacy, added awakened fire damage, and burning damage. This is an ignite build. I forgot to say that at the beginning of the video, I apologise. And then we've got our Hands of the High Templar with the curse enemies with elemental weakness on hit. This set of gloves was actually the most expensive item by itself. It was 2.5x when I brought this, and I enchanted that myself. Trigger for Word of Force, I did that in lab, but that we need that curse on there. So because what happens is when you hit with the Fireburst, then that gets the elemental weakness on there. So you hit with the divine ire, procs the Fireburst, and you got the elemental weakness. We've got the replica Emberwake, which I need to bless up. I may even divine it once it goes over to standard. We've got our Call of the Brotherhood there. Not pretty bad rolled, other than the implicit. We've got a random citrine amulet in there. It's probably a good one to have. Yeah, it needs attributes, damage over time, multiplier from the roll itself, and then probably a hunter mod for more damage over time. I think you can get a double multi, but the main thing is you get the challenging skills there for your divine ire. On the boots, it's again, this should be 2-tone for res, life, and movement speed. This is a very badly rolled boots. Again, it's not even the right boots, it's not the right enchant, but it got me through. So yeah, same with the belt. The belt is just res, stats, and life. And then same with the Ideal, we're looking for life, res, and damage over time whilst wielding a two-handed weapon, or some sort of increased damage over time with Chaos Res, because our resistances on this build are quite bad to get hold of. We lose our hand slot, we lose 2 ring slots. I mean, okay, the Call of Brotherhood has got cold and light resist on there, but nothing much. You can't get Chaos Res on there, you can't get Chaos Res on your amulet either as a crafted benchcraft, which is why we've got Chaos Res on everything we can other than our weapon. Resistances wise, we're not looking too bad. 50 Chaos Res, I'd love to see that higher, but my minimum for me is 50% in the plus for any build. Flasks, flask isn't bad, it's a divine flask rather than an eternal flask, which is why it's not qualitied. We've got an okay movement flask there. We've got diamond flask, granite flask, and our sulfur flask, all qualitied and enchanted. For our actual one, I'm missing Uberlab. Huh. I best go and do that at some point. I've got to do Uberlab. Whoops. So many other characters I've done this league is unbelievable. Right, so oops. Just trying to, there we go. Right, so we took I'm trying to remember. Oh, this is one where I forgot to do normal lab. So I went straight in and did Cruel Lab, or was it Merc Lab? I never remember which way around. I did lab number level 2 and got both Shaper of Storms and Shaper of Flames. If you're doing this as some sort of league start, then it's up to you which way you go. And then I've taken Mastermind of Discord, which I'm not actually sure is the right way of doing it. My POB says I should be doing it this a different way, so I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, that's right, yeah. The idea was I was going to get to Uberlab and then unspec these 2 nodes here, and then take Bastion of Elements and Heart of Destruction. Heart of Destruction is the must, and I was toying between Shaper of Storms and taking the Bastion of Elements. I still haven't decided. What I'll probably do is do Uberlab in the next few days, grab Heart of Destruction, and then wait for 3.17 to kick in and get the full respec, and see what, if anything, they do to the Elementalist tree. As I was leveling up, I came through here, grabbed Arcanist Dominion straight into practical application for the strength, dex, and ele resists, then grabbed Heart and Soul for the life and mana, and then I came up round here, down through here, grabbed all the resistance here, grabbed the life up here, then came down here for the life and the mana, and more life, and more life, then the life and the reduced cost of skills. By that point DPS was being a bit of a problem, so we grabbed Divine Judgment, we grabbed the Breath of Flames with the Fire Mastery there, we got the 50 life there, the extra res is here, we grabbed the Regenerate 2 life while moving, and we grabbed the more damage. That probably would be better off being the mana reservation skills, but at the moment it's doing damage because, you know, softcore. Then we grabbed some Holy Fire, and by that point we would have managed to get the a cluster jewel that's okay. Dorian's Landing and Prismatic Heart, we've picked both of those up. We've picked Prismatic Heart up, Dorian's Lessons at the back, which is annoying. It should be a triple rolled with Dorian's Lesson, Prismatic Heart and Sadist, and you pick all 3 of those nodes up. For the medium clusters, we're after Burning Damage with Cremator, Master of Fire, and then the other one is Burning Damage with Blowback and Fan the Flames. I've tried rolling them, getting Master of Fire cannot be targeted, so it's just random. So we've managed to get Blowback on this one with some life and fire res, and we've managed to get Cremator and Burning Bright on this one, whatever. So we've taken the Cremator, we haven't taken Burning Bright, and then we've taken the Blowback there. And then for the small clusters, we're looking for Volatile Presence, which is Mana Reservation of Anger, and on the other one we are looking for Mortifying Aspect, which is mana reservation for malevolence with chaos resist. Let's see how well I did. We got mortifying aspect with increased damage and cold res, which is nice. And these preferably are on 3 stats for the mana reservation. This is only a 2 stat, it should be a 3. But it's got 5 elemental resists on there, so that's not too bad. So that's the build. And then finally we got our intuitive leap and picked up deep thoughts, prodigal perfection, and then the mana reservation herald nodes here, and the 2 herald skills here, presage and discord artisan. And that's it. If we get another level up, we'll come down here aiming for for more life and barbarism, I believe. Let me just check that my POB. Yeah, come down here and we're aiming for these 3 nodes. After that, that'll be what, 81, 2, 3, 4, and then the 85th would probably be something else. I'm not going to get the 5 levels before Scourge ends, so it's really immaterial. I'd probably just stick it in there if I did do it. Right, let's level a do a tier 13 map. Grab that. No. Right. Stick that in our. What's it? Right, grab and let's choose one that's not too open. This build. Sorry, too close. This one does better with open plan. There's all our auras down there. Off we go. So the idea with this is we run, we find a pack, we hit our divine ire, which then start proccing everything, and then we just run around, and it's almost like an auto bomber. There goes Herald of Thunder, which then is keeping the cruelty up to date. We spam Flame Surge as well to get the Arcane Surge, as well as Flame Dash. Our flasks are all kicking in. Oh, defences on this one can be a bit risky. It is gear related though on my particular build. You've seen my gear, it is not great by any stretch of the imagination. And then we just activate our Quicksilver Force, and hopefully if cruelty sticks up. Oh, there we go. I told you, the defences are a bit piss poor, but that's also my fault for running too fast. So we'll have that go again, and we'll go a bit slower this time. And hopefully we can get through it without dying, and possibly even level up, ready to go into Uberlab. That's probably the is this as well, is I'm doing a tier 13 without Uberlab on pretty bad gear. I don't know what my physical defense is. It's probably next to nothing. It's armor based and plus the granite flask. So we will not be using the Quicksilver flask. They are doing some damage. There it goes. There it goes. Like that. Right, let's see what my Zana's got to offer us. Oh, hello. I'm also probably used to doing my other builds, which are a lot better. And this is nothing now I want to do, so just move on. It's done the main thing, which is to reset the maps that Zana has to offer. Oh, nice. Another map drop. Good, good. All the mobs. This build prefers a bit more dense population. Wharf was probably not the best idea, because although it's a bit open, as you can see the mobs are a bit scattered, so it can lose our cruelty buff. God, these bloody things. I hate porcupines. Right, slow. Right, Quicksilver. Force a habit hitting my Quicksilver on my other builds because they can handle the speed and they've got the defences. All told, I think this build is probably one of the lowest I've spent money on. It probably totals. Well, it was 2.5x for the Templar gloves with the enchant, with the corruption. I brought them corrupted like that. I didn't want to risk doing it myself. Probably out when I was making this build, uncorrupted Hands of the Templar were going for 60 chaos per, so you could probably buy one and then risk it, but if you brick it on the first Vol Orb, it's 60 chaos down the drain. So I was on a very limited fund, I didn't know how long I'd be playing the league and various other factors, so I just waited it out, got the 2x, and then just bought the gloves with the right curse on there. So here we go, coming near the end of the map now. Put a bit of speed on with the Quicksilver Flask. I won't deal the metamorph on this character. God, oof. I will log on to my Death Oath character and do that. There's no point trying to do it on this character, it won't be able to kill it. I'm not even sure I can kill this boss actually. We'll see. Spam the Fang Surge. Spam the Flame Surge. Wait for the Cunning Strike to kick in. There it goes. There it goes, we got it down. Right. 5 monsters left. We will proc the Metamorph and then portal out just up here. As I said, I know the limits of this character. This character cannot kill the Metamorph, so I'm not going to bother showing how well I die against the Metamorph. That's of no real benefit. I admit that this character has weaknesses, and it's mainly a currency issue. If I had more currency to invest in the build, then the gear would be better, and then at that point it would perform better, etc, etc, etc. Right, there we go then. That's this one. That's the Elementalist Divine Eye of Fireburst. Again, like I said, if I had the Enlightened level 3, the gems if I had the currency to buy the gear, this character would have been played more, the gems would have been flipped, and would have had all that extra bonuses from all the 20% qualities and all the gems. Also, we'd have much better gear and more armor, more energy shield, which would have then prompted me probably to take it to level 85, at which point we'd have even more life. But there we go. This is a build. I think it was about 2.5x for this. I brought 3 essence to do the Fireburst. They were 35c each. That's probably what, another X. This was self-crafted. I brought a 6-link normal, hit it with a cold res or a life. I think it was the life, and that's what I rolled. You know, I may have had to do it a couple of times, but that's from essences I had. The base was about 20c. The replica Emberwake was about 20 to 30c. The Call of the Brotherhood, I think, was about 30 or 40c. I believe this amulet I brought as well for, I don't know, maybe 20c possibly. I did the enchant myself, and I did the benchcraft myself. So, and I don't know with the boots. The boots have been brought from trade. It's so long ago since I played this one as well, I can't remember where half the gear came from. It may have been just stuff I'd had laying around, stuff I found on the floor, or brought from trade. But I would estimate that all told, with the mats, if you were to purchase everything here from trade yourself, ready rolled, probably 5x, maybe, if that. I brought the staff, I scoured the staff, I got the 6 sockets on there myself, and then I brought the relevant essence to get Fireburst on there, and then bench crafted the fire damage chance to ignite. So that's that build. Not a very good one, but for 5x investment, of which half of it was sat on that item there, I don't think that's particularly bad. See you all tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of the ride.